At center, at 17, number 32, Carl Anthony Towns.
Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome to our coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, joined courtside by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. And here's a look at some numbers for Mikal Bridges.
And for an idea of where his offense is right now, take a look at his true shooting percentage decreasing over the last 5 games. He desperately needs to find his stroke tonight.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. We've got Maxey. Joel Embiid is out there with MP. Then there's Quentin Grimes. And it's George in at the small forward. And for the Knicks, filling out the wings, Clarkson and Bridges. Josh Hart is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's McBride in at the point. And for the guys who changed teams in the offseason, Clark, how long do you think it takes them to learn a new system?
I think it's a couple things. I mean, one, a lot of teams in the NBA use similar terminology and run similar sets, so that helps. But you've got to be a fairly quick learner. And then, depending on how complex the system is, that usually can impact how quick you pick things up.
6 to shoot. Here's Hart. Kicks it out to Clarkson. Shoots over Maxey. And there's Clarkson. That one's good. On the assist from Hart.
You know, coming into the league with a little hitch in his shot, something Clarkson's worked hard to iron out.
MP finds Maxey. Takes a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Mike Brown and I were able to chat. We talked about Paul George and what his game plan was for keeping him in check. He said it's never going to be easy with him, but I told our guys I want constant communication. Talk when screens are coming, switch when we need to. We need to be highly active guarding him. Let's see how effective they are against him tonight. Brian, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Now here's Hart. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. George outside. Pass to Grimes. Philadelphia moving it around. Maxey passes to MP. Outside Grimes from behind the arc. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Here's New York. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
Big loss in their last meeting with this team. Couldn't get anything to fall in that one.
I really think they've got to find a way to produce easier baskets. I mean, whether they do it by running in transition or getting to the free throw line, they don't want a repeat of that past performance.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
New York has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. To the inside, here's Towns, and it's powered home by Towns.
The 7-footer Towns using his size to perfection down low.
MP, the pass to Maxey. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Maxey's got 6.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Towns. 17 points for him last game against Atlanta.
Yeah, what about his work on the glass? I mean, he was an all-around contributor to a winning effort.
When coaches talk about starting fast, this is what they mean.
Year to year, Karl Anthony Towns remains an elite three-point threat in this league, Clark.
Yeah, he's one of the best shooters, period, in the league. And when you talk about just big guy shooters, he is the best. I mean, Jokic is maybe going to give him a run for the money, but I'd take Cat as the best three-point shooter of big men in the league. I mean, he's 7 feet tall, 250 pounds. And it's really hard to find anybody that can guard him outside and inside. And you can make a case and argue that Cat is perhaps one of the greatest, if not the greatest, shooting big man of all time. And he's still got a lot of runway in front of him for his career. Well, you have no concerns when he's at the free throw line. Very consistent.
You know, words sometimes don't do justice to MP's greatness on the court, Grant. But how about numbers? A 20-20-20 triple-double.
Oh, B.A., the kind of stat stuffing we'd only seen before from Wilt Chamberlain and Russell Westbrook. He's lighting up box scores, opponents, marquees, you name it. He is here to shine.
Now here's George. coming off a solid outing against Dallas.
Seems effortless for George, that quick release of his.
And here's Clarkson. Towns outside, puts up a three. New York again can't hit. Philadelphia leading by 3. Here's Maxey. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Maxey makes things happen with his hard work and determination as a scorer.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the 76ers.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Hart. They can't stop the run with that one.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Pass to Grimes. Now here's MP. It's George on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got 6 assists in the game.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And here's a guy who's been playing his heart out, and it's earned him the Player of the Month award for the East, MP.
Oh, he's been practically automatic from the arc, and that confidence from deep range has kept him and his teammates really fired up lately.
Now here's Towns, a guy this team turns to often, averaging almost 24 a game. Outside Hart, 4-3, MP with the block.
Come on.
Yeah, phenomenal block by MP. You just can't afford to throw anything weak around him.
And he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Up top, Embiid. Up and in on the layup. 6 points for Joel Embiid.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Towns, a screen on MP. Shot's good by Hart.
You know, he does a little bit of everything. When Hart is draining the three-pointer, that's when he's most dangerous.
MP, the pass to Maxey. Back to MP. The 3-ball. Good! That's another bucket!
And in terms of first-year players, he is one of the most high-volume scorers in league history. He's now tied for 5th all-time in points scored by a rookie.
You just get the sense that there is so much more in store for this fabulous young talent. The sky is the limit. We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20. Good! Another from 3.
His shooting has been something that we rarely see, and he's sustained it all year long.
Wow, what a ride he is on as he closes in on 2nd place on the single-season three-point leaderboard.
And he's already surpassed Curry's mark from 2019. Next up is James Harden's total from that season, 378. Oh, man, MP, that was nasty.
Thanks to the AT&T Connected Cam for the up-close and personal view of that slam. Knicks trail by 16. And for the Sixers, the growth of Tyrese Maxey has meant everything, Grant.
Oh, my. His growth, both with his play, but also with his leadership, has meant a lot. And he has such a joyful energy. It really helps pull this team together.
McBride can't get it to go.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Maxey, that's good.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. They come into this one following the loss to Atlanta.
It was, frankly, embarrassing. I was shocked by their disorganization, and I think they were too.
Yeah, and you know, those losses really hurt when you can't get anything going your way, everything's going against you. Very frustrating.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Yabusele, he's checked in for Hart. Dadier comes in for Bridges. OG Anunoby's checked in for Clarkson. Kolek comes in for McBride. New York, again, can't hit.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
The shot by Towns, no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Oh, and the dunk by MP. And what an incredible achievement from MP recently. Grant, he turned in one of the most efficient games you will ever see.
Well, you talk about what it means to dominate. MP was the definition of that with his performance. Now, everything fell for him, and it looked like he was a man amongst boys.
Oh, MP with a block. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go.
Mitchell Robinson, Diawara.
Here's Robinson. Outside Anunoby. Back to Yabusele. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. Up top, Oubre. He also had a big impact in that win against the Mavericks. Philadelphia moving it around. Here's Drummond. Robinson with the block.
We know Robinson is an elite rim protector. So, yeah, you might want to try that move on somebody else.
Pass to Yabusele. Outside Anunoby. And Maxey over to help. New York needs to get off a shot here. Robinson for 3. And it's MP with a rebound. MP's got 7 rebounds in the game.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Yeah, Sensationals are really good.
And again, another assist.
Well, I know a lot of you aren't surprised, but he's now 5th all-time in assists for NBA rookies.
He's been dodging and dishing all season long. The confidence he's come into the league with is something to behold. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's hard to find a more impactful player in a complementary role than OG Anunoby.
Yeah, you're speaking facts right there. He's a switchable defender. Offensively, he's at his best spotting up, and he can attack in transition effectively. I mean, I think he's the kind of player that not only does every team want, he's the kind of guy that every team needs.
Mikal Bridges checked in for New York. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Over Edgecombe. Bridges misses. Oubre on the wing. Anunoby covering. Pass to Maxey. Lets the 3 fly. They get it again. Controls the rebound and the putback.
You know, I would venture to say if you didn't run one play for Drummond all night, he still could score in double digits. He is an incredible offensive rebounder.
There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Back to Bridges. Yabusele the screen for 3. Stolen by MP. Here's Edgecombe. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Dadier, he's checked in for Mikal Bridges. So far, Grant, we've seen some encouraging intangibles from VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, you know, he reminds me of Victor Oladipo or even a Dwayne Wade physically. Just an explosive athlete. And I love the way he uses that strength and quickness at the defensive end of the floor.
Shot clock at 6. Pass to Kolek. They need this. And no good. Good D by MP. Oubre on the wing. MP finds Oubre. On the wing, MP. The 3 from Edgecombe. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist.
3-point goal.
MP's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him tonight. And that's it for the first quarter in what has been a very lopsided game. Sixers ahead, just dominating this one. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. A comfortable margin for the 76ers here, guys.
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
OG Anunoby out there with Gershon Yabusele. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Kolek in at the point guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Oh, another one falls!
And with each game, it seems his rookie campaign gets brighter and brighter. He now has the 4th most points ever in a rookie season.
And he's not done yet. This sort of success really breeds confidence for a young player. Not that he needs a confidence boost, though. Here's Kolek. Three-pointer, no good. Oubre against Yabusele for 3. Maxey. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Pass to Kolek. Bridges outside. To halt the run, here's Robinson. And it's MP with a rebound.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Doubled by Grimes. Back to Yabusele. Robinson finds Anunoby. New York working the ball around now. Here's Yabusele. MP with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. Clock is at 3. Tries it from 16. Anunoby can't get it to go. And the 76ers with possession. Right now on a 9-0 run. Pass to Grimes. From deep, MP. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Who's watching him?
Here's Kolek. 9 points in his last outing. Bridges outside. 11 feet out. New York again can't hit.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Inside, Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Robinson doing the dirty work. He's known for that. Sets the screen, finds a soft spot, and gets himself rewarded.
And here's Maxey outside. The closer. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those boards.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
Here's Kolek. Maxey covering. Here's Bridges. Shot blocked. Grimes up top. 17 points for him last game against Dallas. Back to MP from outside the arc. First miss of the game for him. 10 for 11 so far. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Outside Robinson. Here's Yabusele. And a miss there on the triple.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Anunoby for 3. Pass to Yabusele. Bridges outside. Back to Yabusele. And he comes up with a bucket.
Nice pass by Bridges. Just keeping his options open out there.
Here's Philadelphia. They're on an 18-4 run. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Thanks, guys. Well, head coach Mike Brown taking over this season for New York. He's well aware of the pressure to win a championship with the Knicks fresh off an Eastern Conference Finals run. But he said this is the kind of pressure you want as a coach, having a chance to win big. And he's excited for the challenge.
You got to respect that mindset. All right, Shams, thanks very much. Bridges misses.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
MP finds Oubre. MP, a screen on Anunoby. From downtown, and MP with a basket on the assist by Oubre. MP's got 31.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Robinson, a screen on Oubre. Anunoby for 3. They grab their own miss. Fires the 3. Kolik's shot is off. Philadelphia's gone 4 of 6 from outside. Looking sharp here in the second. And here's MP from outside. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And the 3 ball is just another way that MP can hurt you.
Here's Bridges. And he gets it to fall. 3 for 8 in this one.
Nice dribble move to get to the hoop for an easy 2.
7-7-23.
Now here's Maxey. 38 points for him last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Maxey's so good at breaking you down off the dribble. Great skill.
Pass to Robinson. Oubre against Anunoby. Bridges outside. There's the triple. The rebound by MP.
He's hit a rough patch for sure this period. They need more from him.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Robinson passes to Anunoby. Back to Robinson. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Robinson's got 4 points in the quarter. Philadelphia dictating the flow. And with their last win, they tied that epic Lakers streak of 33 straight victories set back in 71 and 72. You have to wonder how long they can possibly keep this up.
I don't even know how you describe the winning streak this team is on. It's a combination of the talent this crew has, but the confidence and self-belief and togetherness, cohesiveness that these guys have. It's a special thing to behold.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Sixers, they want to get over the top. Joel Embiid said, I've accomplished everything individually, but there's one thing missing, which is to win a championship. We have to do whatever it takes to make sure that in the postseason, I'm healthy and as dominant as I've ever been. Brian, back to you.
His health is key. Allie, we appreciate the report. Back to McBride. Three-pointer. It's hard on the wing. Takes the 3. MP with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. George, he's checked in for Oubre.
Number 8, Paul George.
Here's McBride. And the Knicks miss again.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
The 3 from Edgecombe. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. Edgecombe's got 11 points.
Well, that's a real encouraging make for Edgecombe. The rookie's showing he can score it off the ball.
Clarkson outside. Outside Hart. 5 on the clock. Here's McBride. No good. Unable to win this run.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys. And with his combination of rim running and mid-range shooting, defenses don't know what to do with Edgecombe.
Towns looking for an opening. Back to McBride. Hart from long range. MP with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. Never a shortage of star power in the stands at a Knicks game. A boogie with a hoodie here tonight.
It always adds to the atmosphere here in New York. Everybody's looking for the big-time celebrities that are here cheering on their Knicks.
Well, Grant, we know teams are hunting triples like never before. What's the line before you get a little three happy, though?
Well, B.A., I don't care how well you're shooting it. If you have an opportunity to get to the rim, you have to take it.
Clarkson outside. New York working the ball around now. Pass to Towns. Hart from long range. MP with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. Let's take a second to check in on the race for Rookie of the Year and see how the rankings are shaping up for this year's class of new NBA talents. You look at MP, right in the thick of this season. He is the guy when it comes to Rookie of the Year. What a year he's having.
And this is the type of player you have to be excited about. There's no question he should be at the top of the Rookie of the Year rankings.
I ditto all of that. I mean, it's taken him only about half a season to show that he's going to be one of the faces of the NBA for a long time to come, barring injury.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Towns passes to Hart. Outside McBride. And he can't stop the drought. Another miss. Maxey with it. And McBride picks him up defensively. And it's Maxey missing. Hart passes to Anunoby. Outside McBride. Launches it from deep. Anunoby can't get it to go. And Maxey, here we go. He gets it to go again. 9 for 13 so far.
This is Maxey at his best, attacking the lane and finishing at the rack.
Towns on a screen. Clarkson for three. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
And when you're trailing in a game, it can be tempting to try to go for the big play.
Yeah, trying to get it all back in a hurry. And you're right on that. But these threes they're taking have not helped. They're trying to catch fire, and they've yet to find the match.
And Embiid with the block.
You can see why Embiid owns the inside. He's just so physical.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Well, Grant, if you had to say, is there anything you think is underrated about Embiid?
You know, B.A., I think it's his intelligence. Joel's a heady player. Sometimes big men don't get enough credit for their smarts on the court. Embiid knows the game. It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
Maxey feeling it out a bit. Kicks it to George. Fires for three. Good. And the assist goes to MP. George has got 12 points. And so it's Philadelphia. And they're up an insane amount going into the break. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome, everybody. We'll get things going with...
The three-point contest only grows in popularity. Hard to pick the favorite here. All these guys are knockdown shooters.
certain. And let's move on now to that first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the New York Knicks.
Their opponent is beating them up on the boards, and they're not taking it well.
No, they are not. It's been pretty embarrassing. Thanks for tuning in.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And the 76ers, looking at who they've got. Joel Embiid is out there with MP. Then there's Quentin Grimes. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's George in at the 3. Clarkson outside. Hart against MP. Just 5 to shoot. Hart. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. Clark, last season, Josh Hart played nearly 38 minutes per game, more than anyone else in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't take possessions off. He's an old-school throwback kind of guy. Just a do-it-all player. Doesn't really have a specific position, but you know the effort.
Connects again from distance.
Up the ladder he goes as the threes continue to fall for him, as they have all season long.
And with his performance, he is now tied for second for the most threes in a season.
A mark set by James Harden in 2019. 378 triples shared for now.
Here's Grimes, and another dime for him.
Another possession, another assist.
Man, is he sharing the ball well, hitting his guys right in their spots. Towns on a screen. Here's McBride, and it's New York scoring again.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
George outside. The 3 is up, and it's New York with a rebound.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Back to Hart from deep. And Joel Embiid pulls it down.
They'd love to get more help from him offensively right now.
Good. He hits again.
Another outstanding game for him. He has been a consistent offensive force all year.
Only 3 other players in NBA history have more 40-point games in a season than he does. Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. A look at the best first-year players when it comes to three-point shooting. MP, number 1.
He blows you away with his confidence. How many guys come into this league looking that comfortable from distance?
And, you know, one of the things I've taken note of is the way he separates from defenders just enough to create space for a shot. He's got a quick trigger, he's accurate, and he's deadly. Boy, he's a scary asset from behind that arc.
Hits the three-pointer.
They're on fire right now, shooting 80% to start the second half.
MP finds Maxey, and here's George. From deep, MP, and again for 3.
And that shot pushes him further up the all-time ladder for threes in a season.
And the next mark on his list, the top spot. What a season to remember.
Yeah, that top mark is owned by Stephen Curry. 402 triples set in 2016. But for now, a new mark for second place.
Back to George. Poke loose. It's stolen by Clarkson. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Bridges misses. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 4 from outside in the second half. Here's Embiid. Another possession, another assist. That's another dime from him.
He's tallying them up fast, B.A.
Now McBride. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. Back to Hart. Let's go with a 3. Going all the way to the rack. Grimes with the ball. Hart covering. Philadelphia moving it around. Here's Embiid. Yet another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
I mean, keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammates, incredible.
McBride passes to Bridges. Clarkson for 3. Drains the triple. Clarkson's got 11 points.
You know, Clarkson really working on his range, and defenses better wise up to it.
121.
Pass to Grimes. Now here's MP. He's covered by Hart. MP drives in. And here's Maxey outside. Another possession, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
Man, is he sharing the ball well, hitting his guys right in their spots. On the wing, Clarkson, covered by Grimes. Hart from long range. It's rebounded by George.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
Launches it, and again, another assist.
25 assists. What an unselfish performance.
Looking like Scott Skiles right now with all these dimes. Clarkson for three. Connects from downtown. 14 points for him.
The three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Clark, 51 wins for the New York Knicks last season. Their best finish in over a decade.
Yeah, and they got that done despite significant turnover on their roster, BA, making it even more impressive. And as they gel, the question is, can this team take the next step and contend for a title? I think they're certainly capable. Hey, we've seen Maxey take the big jump. Now he's one of the game's best scorers.
Right side, Hart. Going inside, and he gets it to go. Hart's got 8 here in this quarter.
And after a difficult start to the game, he's flipped the script here.
MP finds Maxey. Back to MP. Lets it go from deep. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Back to Hart from the arc. Again with the block. And that's 9 blocks.
And you know he's going to be coming hard for that 10th one, too.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Andre Drummond is checked in for Joel Embiid. And it's Kelly Oubre in for Paul George. Just 5 on the clock. And it's New York scoring again. And Maxey's got the ball here for Philadelphia. Next up on the schedule, the Nuggets, a home game. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here. He relishes his role in this offense, and he's a natural leader, too.
Outside Grimes. Pass to Maxey. Now MP. Outside Maxey. From the high post. And he hits the jumper. Maxey's got 11 in the second half.
Well, I like the determination and the hustle. This guy leaves it all out there every time he's between the lines.
Towns a screen on Oubre. Towns outside. Launches a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Towns is money off the catch and shoot.
Towns has gone 3 of 6 from the floor. The drive by MP. Another one goes. Incredible.
An elite talent already in just his rookie year. He's now 3rd all-time for rookie point production.
He's showing elite level skill. Very uncommon to have this sort of talent right out of the gates. Beyond the arc. And it's MP with a rebound.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Oubre finds MP. Back to Oubre. Here's Grimes. MP, a screen on Clarkson. 3-pointer. A nice shot by Grimes. Grimes has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
And that one's good. Clarkson.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Pass to Grimes. Hard against MP. Outside Maxey. MP right side. Oh, connects again. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
MP's been the catalyst for them tonight. Solid leadership from this young man.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. McBride passes to Towns. Clarkson for 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. On the wing, MP. Outside Oubre. for three, Maxey. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Boy, they need to ride him as far as he can take them because he is pedal to the metal right now.
Clarkson outside. And there's a pick. The three. Clarkson missing again. And the 76ers with possession. Here's Grimes. On the wing, MP. Philadelphia moving it around. Pass to Oubre. Now here's Maxey. Fires from deep. The offensive rebound. And that one drops for him. MP's got 56 in the game.
Yeah, more points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end. He's had an amazing quarter, and they're still trailing. Hard to believe that.
Pass to Grimes. And here is Maxey. Screen by MP. Jacks up a three. And again with the rebound.
He's eating glass right now.
30 boards in this one. 30. Maxey on the wing. Screen by MP. And another dime for him.
You really got to admire the court vision. I mean, he's among the elite first-year players we've ever seen, and now ranks 4th all-time in assists among rookies.
And that's a tough list to join. He's in a team atmosphere here that really has allowed him to develop extremely quickly. Back to MP. Screen by MP. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Philadelphia on top, running away with this one. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end.
Going with almost an entire new group here. Towns, he's checked in for Robinson. Josh Hart comes in for Yabusele. Clarkson's checked in for Anunoby. And it's McBride in for Kolek. MP's checked in for Philadelphia.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the 76ers.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they're getting ready to notch their 33rd win of the year.
Well, this 4-game season series promises to be an exciting one. And tonight, they grabbed the early lead, going up 1-0 against the Knicks.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for MP.
What a night. Doing it all. A triple-double. It takes a special player to do that. You have to enjoy watching this guy play.
Filling out the wings, Clarkson and Bridges. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart, and it's McBride in at the 1. That's the 5 for New York right now. Unbelievable performance. He's got a quadruple-double.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Shot to stop the run. The rebound by MP.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
Pass to McCain. Screen by MP. The 3 is up. Counted from distance.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. A statement road victory. So impressive.
A memorable evening as MP passes 40 points in leading his team to victory. Before you were a star, MP, you were a fan. this kind of effort as special for you to experience as it was to watch when you were growing up?
Yeah, Dom. It's fun to have success, but you have to keep perspective. I'm not planning on tonight being my career best or anything, you know? Got a lot of big nights ahead of me, personally, and I think the team's got a lot of big nights ahead of us.
Well, we wish you luck, Andy.
Oh, thank you.
Ryan, back to you.
Okay, Dominic, thank you. Well, folks,